The Festival of Cultures is bullshit, okay? Because the Festival of Cultures is nothing. It's anti-cultural. It's not multicultural. It's anti-cultural because it's essentially like it's every little easily processed and consumed bit of a bunch of different cultures. So it's like, hey, look, we've got dress from India and kebab from Arabia and, something else from China or, but it's all little tidbits of consumerist items from the various things. So it's none of it's about any kind of deep-rooted, real human culture, real culture that was developed by a people in a place that developed their own identity, their own political system, their own religion, their own way of living off the land that they were born on and things like that. There's none of that. It's just, hey, look, in India, women wear these colorful dresses. In this part of the world, they eat this kind of food. In this part of the world, they have this kind of music. So it's all these things, and it's all consumerist, right? It's all these ways of spending money. But it's surface. It's this surface element of culture. It's not, there's no deep roots to the culture. There's nothing really there. And of course, none of these cultures are native to the place they were in. So the people there, these are all recent brown immigrants to this city that they are alien to, that they are not rooted in, that they have no part of the culture of, and they're bringing these little trinkets, these little cultural trinkets for this little festival that's supposed to make these fucking deracinated urbanite liberals that go to UVA feel good about themselves for being really open-minded. But it's a joke. It's fucking cultural appropriation. It's actually an insult to all those cultures that were represented there, which is why I was saying it's actually an anti-cultural, it's not a multicultural fair, it's an anti-cultural fair. Because what's happening as you bring, why in the world are there people from all these cultures living in Charlottesville, Virginia? Why is that happening? How is that promoting any culture? It's not. It's destroying every culture. It's creating, and what they really do, what these people really do, is they go and they put their colorful little shirt and their annoying, twangy music and like their, not so great food out there, but then they go home and they go to Walmart and they buy a big screen TV and they watch the same bullshit on TV and they LARP as if they're fucking, deracinated suburban white people living the fucking dream, right? So there's no culture. This is the destruction of all culture. That's what this shit is. And the authentic, real, and of course, at the same time that they're bringing these people in that are like abandoning their culture except for the little trinkets, they're dismantling the very real rooted culture of the people that built that city and that state. And ultimately, this is all playing into the hands of this fucking global capitalist monstrosity, which of course these shitlibs that support this, they ideologically, they'd probably be horrified if they actually realize what it is that they're enabling. But then again, who knows? Maybe their dream is, hey, maybe everybody just has a cookie cutter house, has a big screen TV, and isn't racist. Like, that's the dream, right? Like, everybody has the same material equality, even though any distinguishing, any identifying characteristics, anything that makes, humanity unique and individual in any way has been stamped out. And we all are materially the same. I mean, that's communism, right? But ultimately, that's the end goal of capitalism as well. So
yeah, as long as they have their, their social media posts in their little bindi and their fucking little closet of trinkets from around the world that they can show their friends when they come over, like, who cares? That's all they care about.
But it's not, like again, it's anti-culture. It's not real. Like, bullshit. If you're an Indian person, you're a Hindu person, that culture, that people, whatever you might think of them, okay, and some people may think highly of them, others not so much. I don't know. That's not the point. The point is that people arose out of that land, that area, okay? The Ganges River is very important to these people. So, in their religion. So they couldn't be, you can't really be that and be in another place. Like, you have to be there to be an Indian Hindu person, right? The same way, like, a Southern American is rooted to the South. Like, you're not, if you leave the South, those that left the South, they're not, after a few generations, they're not really Southern anymore. There's something else. So all these people that are celebrating this culture now, it's like, well, that's all going to be gone. I mean, the very fact that the only time you bring out whatever your colorful outfits and crap are is when you come to this cultural fair is testament to the fact that you're becoming completely deracinated and alienated. So it's basically a festival of alienation. The anti-cultural festival of alienation is what was really going on in Lee Park that day.